Hi, everyone. I know it's been a long time since I've had a support video up here on Facebook and YouTube. Um, I can gladly say the reason that that's the case is because things have been so busy here in Oneonta and so busy here within the Ministry of Campus Ambassadors. Um, there's a lot of stuff that I could talk about right now. Um, I am thrilled. I am beyond thrilled that I am working within this job. And it's stretched me. It's been rewarding. I can really see a lot of the prayers and the work that has gone into this semester really produce a lot of awesome stuff. The connections that we have made with students and the new students that we've been able to reach out to and get to know based on this semester has just been awesome. It's been so good, and I'm just floored by what God is doing. I can't even begin to tell you that God is just He's at work here. He's at work here, and I feel like we are kind of still on a start. I think we kind of a lot of this year is just building and establishing and creating a rapport and just allowing people to know who we are. If they didn't know who Campus Ambassadors was, and if they didn't know who we were, what we were about, and who we were about, that's starting to be made, and we see that with the events that we have done. But I can really attest to the fact that there's been a great amount of stuff that God has been doing, and it's just with outreach. And if you know me, that is what I'm passionate about. That is what I'm excited about. So we have had events. We've had 2 open mic nights now here at Bluefields, and this has been a great time. We've had 2 different bands come in and be headliners, be featured guests, featured artists for these events, and it's brought in a big crowd of people. The last one we had, this place was packed, and there was only a handful of our students, only a handful of Campus Ambassador students. And so, and seeing this, we had this band come and do the featured artists night last time, and they're called Naughty, and they were great. They brought a lot of people, and we were able to have some really cool conversations. And I'm looking forward to the next open mic night, which is the 22nd of November. And we're getting another band in here called Rudamaya, who is a jam band. That is I'm excited to hear them play. So that's been a really successful thing. We've also had other events. We've had a secret church outreach here, or an event here where we simulated an underground church situation that, it's just kind of highlighting the fact that in the U.S. we have a lot of privilege and we don't really realize, just being able to gather together and worship God. And we kind of put a highlight on what it's like to be in a persecuted area, be in a country that people are not allowed to gather together, and it could cost you your life. So that was a really good event that we had here at Bluefields and in the church. We've had our CA retreat, where we gathered together with all the other Campus Ambassadors groups from across the Northeast, which was really cool. I was really excited to see some of the students who I wouldn't think would have gone on the retreat, go on the retreat and come out of it in a really cool way. It's been so cool. And then the last thing I would say as far as an event went, I had last weekend, on Halloween weekend, on that Saturday, the day after Halloween, a murder mystery night here at the church and in Bluefields, and that was something for the youth group and for the college students. And it was a lot of fun. Our students had a great time, and people were able to invite friends and just kind of see what we're about. And I am praying and I'm hoping that I'll be able to establish and stimulate more involvement by these friends of students. And that's really what these events are about, is to be able to invite friends to that they may not come to a church service, but they might come to an event, and it might just open the door enough for them to be able to take some steps along with the ministry that the individual students are having with their friends, being examples and sharing the gospel, and which is hugely important. I think the thing that I'm going to share on right now mostly, and this is what I'm most excited about, Halloween night last week, which was Friday, we had this idea of at Main Street Baptist at the church, there is the bus stop that's literally the doorsteps, it's literally on the doorsteps of the church, and we put up a tent with a table. We had chairs and blankets, and we gave out hot cocoa and tea for free. And it was a really cool thing to do because it's getting colder, and these students, I'm thinking primarily these girls, they're going out dressed the same way they did in the fall and the spring, and it's not really much to their clothing. And we are able to put a blanket around them and give them some hot cocoa and give them a seat to sit down and actually talk to us and stuff and let us know, hey, this is our church and this is our ministry. And it's really cool too to see some of the students some of our students know some of the students who are going out, and talk to them and be like, hey, we have a class together. And like, oh yeah, we do have a class together. Let's how are things going? Blah blah blah. And it allows them to see our students in a different context, and it allows them to have that established, and through that, it leaves so much more room for the gospel to be presented, and allows us to love on these students. And so a lot of great stuff came out of that Friday night, and I am really excited to say that we are going to continue doing this every Friday, God willing. And we're going to have a tent set up, we're going to have hot cocoa, we're going to have blankets. And there's one thing that's really cool. When we were out that night on Friday, a lot of students asked us if we were going to be back the next night. And our answer was, no, we're not going to be out on Saturday. And there's a few reasons for that. You know, we have events that we do on Saturday nights for the weekends. But also, we want to serve students, but we don't want to be enabling to students. And the reason to do it on Friday night and not Saturday night is they're really appreciative and they're thankful, and God is able to do some really cool stuff on Friday night. And then we want them, if they go out on Saturday night, to miss it. And it's not only that they miss the hot cocoa, they miss the blankets. They're missing the love. And we want them to be eager for it. We want them to desire it. And then that's when we are able to, really say that this is not anything of our own. We're not trying to be cool. We're not trying to do a nice act just for ourselves. This is a way for us to be able to establish Christ. And that's what we are about. And that's what we are doing. Man, there's so much that I can continue to talk about, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Be praying for us, because this Friday, like it's Friday, almost noon, and we are going to do this again tonight. So just be praying for us. If you're seeing this video after the fact, just be praying that the relationships that are made, the connections that are made, that they will lead, and that lead way for Christ to be able to take dominance in people's lives. I'm going to say that I think in another week or so, I'm going to have another video, and I'm excited to say that it's going to feature a special guest who is a big part of what makes this ministry work. Thanks, guys. I thank you for your support. If you're one of my supporters, if you're interested in support, contact me, We'll figure out a way to get things started. Everything that I do, everything that I'm able to organize and be a part of within this ministry is based on supporters, based on people who said, I am going to consistently get behind you each month and help you be able to survive so you can get your students mobilized and be a force of God on these campuses and in the area of Oneonta. Well, thanks, guys. I love you. Let's talk. Let me know if there's anything that I can be praying for you guys about, and just please continue to be praying for Oneonta. Thanks. Bye-bye.